my name is Emmeline Tyler. I'm an avid reader and I'm also a bit of a book dragon. We'll get to that later in the video. So today's video is all about my reading goals for 2024. Last year in 2023, my reading goals were to read fewer books by white people, American people, especially white American people, and cis men, and to read more books by Indigenous Australian people, Asian Australian people, trans men and trans women. I'm going to be evaluating those goals in a separate video, maybe next month, but today is about this year's reading goals. I'm also still going to be informally working on those same goals from last year this year, but not like measuring my progress as much. So I've got 3 2024 reading goals plus a bonus of 4 books I really want to read this year. So my first goal is to read more books by non-Anglophone or authors or from non-Anglophone countries. Last year I read 3 books in this category. They were Sweet Bean Paste by Durian Sukegawa, which was also translated from the Japanese by Alison. I read Regretting Motherhood by Orna Donath, and it's from Israel, presumably written in Hebrew, and the translator wasn't credited. And I also read The 7 Moons of Maali, Almeida by Shehan, Karunatilaka, which was set in Sri Lanka. The author is Sri Lankan, but was written in English. So some of the books on my TBR for this goal are Minor Detail, written by Adania Shibli, who is a Palestinian author. It's written in Arabic and it's translated into English by Elizabeth Jaquette. Like a lot of people, I'm horrified by the attacks in Gaza at the moment. Something I like to do as a social justice warrior is not just worry about the bad things that are happening, but also learn more about the culture of marginalized groups. So I've been trying to learn more about Palestinian culture, and this book has come so highly recommended from lots of different places, and apparently it's really well written. I'm going to get that one from the library. The next book is Eleanor Knows by Claudia Pinheiro in Argentina, and it is written in Spanish, translated into English by Frances Riddle. I heard about this one, I think it was recommended when I did a call out for books about mothers who have mental illness. I've started reading it, like I read a few pages and then got distracted, and then I had to return it to the library because someone else had reserved it. And so far I've learned that she has a chronic illness. I think it's either lupus or MS or some other disease. It was pretty interesting. It's very short, and technically it's crime fiction, which my librarian pointed out I've never reserved before. But I'm looking forward to that one. The third one on my TBR for this category is My Invented Country, which is a memoir by Isabel Allende. It's set in Chile and written in Spanish and translated. The translator is not credited. I found this one at a local free little neighborhood library, and I've been wanting to read any book by Isabel Allende ever since I read about her in this amazing book that I have. It's one of my favorite books. It's called Why We Write, and it's interviewing 20 authors about their experience as published authors. Already read this year under this category is The Lost Daughter by Elena Ferrante. Don't know why I rolled that R there like that. It's set in Italy, written in Italian, translated into English by Anne Goldstein, and I heard about it. I don't know where I heard about the book specifically, but the Netflix adaptation was pretty big. I haven't seen it yet. It's got Olivia Colman in it, directed by Maggie Gyllenhaal. Apparently it's quite good. But yeah, the book was absolutely amazing. Such a good book. It was just very real and honest about the experience of a mother who doesn't fit into the mother box that mothers get shoved into. So that was really fun. My second goal is to read books that people have loaned me or gifted me or recommended to me. Now the reason for this is I have this whole channel because I didn't have enough of an outlet for my desire to recommend books. I love recommending books to people, especially I'm like people's personal algorithm. Like they tell me what they liked that I've recommended them, and then I think of more books like that. But if I'm not reading books that other people have recommended to me, it's kind of just a bit of an ego trip, getting excited because they're doing what I'm telling them to or something. And books are a really great way to connect with other people and to bring people together, and I want that to be a reciprocal thing. So I've got a pile of books here I'll go through quickly that people have loaned, wrecked or given me to read. So this is all my mother's. A friend of mine who lives in Perth, I texted her a book rec and hadn't been in contact with her for years, and then she's like, that's great, and texted me one straight back. This is a library copy. This book one of my friends bought for me back in Canberra in September 2022. It was my birthday. I picked it out, but she bought it for me. This book I really want to read because a friend of mine who I've been on a huge recommending journey with in terms of recommending them lots of books that they've read and actually got them back into reading, they recommended me this book and loaned it to me, so I really want to read it. Plus also it's written by an Indigenous author. This book my aunt loaned me. I love the author and it seems really interesting. This book is Gilead by Marilyn Robinson. I just realised I hadn't been reading the titles out, so I'll list them in the description, and I'll put them in the subtitles as well. Again, my aunt loaned me this, one of my aunts. A friend of mine who lives near Newcastle gave me this one, There Was Still Love by Fervel Parrott. Don't know anything about it. One of my same friends that got me one of the other books loaned me this one, Bringing the Fight by Mel Thornton. She lives in Canberra. My friend, not the author. Don't know where the author lives. And the last 4 books are all from the same person, a colleague of mine. Ali Smith, How to Be Both. Apparently she's a queer author. Natasha Pauling, The Kingdoms. I think this might be speculative fiction. Our Bodies, Our Babies by, it must be a compilation. Oh no, Karine Reiger. And this fits in with my special interest of birth and postpartum, and especially the history of it in Australia, which I don't know much about. And The Palace Letters by Jenny Hocking, which fits into my special interest about, I'm an anti-fan of the royal family, which I'm going to make a video about Spare at some point in the future, so you'll learn more about that. My third reading goal for 2024 is to read my physical TBR in general. So all of these books that I've just showed you are on my physical TBR. But apart from, so that's 11 books, but apart from that, I have another 27 books that I put on my shelf, my physical shelf that is I have a shelf on my bookcase that's just for books that I haven't read yet. And at the start of the year, I took off all the books that I don't care if I don't read this year and only put the ones that I really want to read this year. And yeah, that's 27 books. And I really want to read this because I'm in a bad rut. Oh, I said 27, but there's probably more that are scattered around the house. But anyway, I'm in a bad rut of borrowing books from the library and then having to finish them because other people have reserved them, or because I have renewed them 4 times, which is the limit, and then they're due back and I can't renew them again. And so I'm being driven by a sense of urgency rather than being driven by the books that I really want to be reading. And then I try to stop putting holds on at the library, but then I just keep doing it anyway. And I don't really want to live this way. And this is to do with me being a book dragon. So a bookworm is someone who reads a lot. A book dragon is someone who hoards books. They're your treasure. And so I want to turn my life around, my reading life around. And I think I'm going to return a huge lot of books on the weekend to the library. And once I do that, I'll have 8 library loans on my TBR, like that I've already borrowed. And then I have 10 library holds currently that I don't want to cancel any of them. That doesn't count Minor Detail and Eleanor Knows. So if I add that all up, so my physical TBR, my library books, my library holds, Minor Detail, Eleanor Knows, that adds up to 58 books by the end of the year. And keep in mind, this year I'm keeping up a pretty good rate of 4 books a month. And I've already read 3 books this month, so 1 left. So if I was to keep up that rate until the end of the year, then I have 37 books left that I can read this year. So it's totally unrealistic, hence the thumbnail for this video. Am I setting myself up to fail? I don't know, probably, but it's good to have a goal, I think. My bonus goal for this year is to read 4 specific books. Crimes Against Nature, Capitalism and Global Heating by Jeff Sparrow. I said that I wouldn't read any more books by white people about climate change because I'm tired of the same old, I don't think the same old perspective will get us a different result than the current one that we have. I don't know if Jeff Sparrow is white. I think he might be Asian. I really want to read books about climate change by Indigenous Australians or Indigenous people in general, because as a lot of people say, I think Indigenous worldviews are what is going to help us in the future and now. That brings us to this book, Sand Talk by Tyson Yunkaporta. He's actually put out another book recently called Right Story, Wrong Story, which is probably more closely related to climate change and stuff. I have no idea what this book's about, but it does say how Indigenous thinking can save the world. So I'll start with reading this one because I already own it, and then I might read his other one as well. But this is on my list of books I really want to read this year. This one, New Daughters of Freedom, was published in 2018. That's about when I bought it. And it's about the suffrage movement in Australia. And I really want to read it because I want to learn about how social justice movements can actually make a change in the world, and I want to relate that to climate change. And I'm aware that this is written by a white settler author. She does say it's about how white women got the vote, and I'm aware that there was some racism, like inherent racism in the suffrage movement, particularly in America and the UK, I assume Australia as well. But I still think it's going to be useful. I think she's like aware of that, even though she doesn't have lived experience of being Indigenous or a settler person of colour. Last one, Dark Emu by Bruce Pascoe. Mixed reviews on this one. I just really want to read it so that I can join in the conversation and have an opinion. And I probably want to read the critique of it by Peter Sutton. That's all from me today. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've read any of these books that I haven't read yet, I'd love to know what you think of them, but no spoilers. I'm very sensitive to spoilers. And let me know also if any of these books have inspired you to get into reading, if you've added any of them to your library holds, and if you have a library hold problem and a book dragon problem like I do. Thanks so much for watching. Bye!